Welcome to Devos. This week we have tackled the subject of simple spiritual warfare. We have examined how we overcomplicate this subject. And as we looked at Daniel, we see just how real the idea of this spiritual realm is and how it's all around us and how we ought not to be ignorant of it, but instead we ought to be alert about it. Today, I want to put this all to rest with one simple principle, one simple fail-safe, that when all else is in question concerning your life spiritually, all else is in question when it comes to you feeling like you're under spiritual attack, when everything is going to hell, when you want to win the spiritual battle, connect regularly with God. You have to be connecting regularly with God. I talked about it with prayer. I talked about it with fasting. We talked about it with the way that we are in interacting with God, but there's a little bit of a secret, and this is the secret. John chapter 15, verse 4, Jesus says, "Abide in me, stay, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me." He says, I want you to abide in me. I want you to stay. I want you to be connected. Now, we know in a spiritual sense, we do. We are. Because of the Holy Spirit, we have unity with God. We are united with Him. It's not an issue of whether we need more of God. We have all of God that we will ever need. The question is how much of us does God have? How much are we submitting to Him? Now, here's the difference between abiding and encountering. I'm all about God encounters. But an encounter is like an appointment. There's abiding and then there's the appointment. An appointment is when you go and you have an appointment. It has a beginning and an end time. That's great. Appointments are great. That's a great encounter, all right? And that's a good starting point. Abiding is connectedness. Abiding is when you bring God into everything that you do. Everything that you do. You don't have a work side of you. You don't have a personal life side of you. You don't have a church life side of you. It's where God is the center of everything, and God is who you are doing everything for. It's abiding. It's walking with. It's following. And the reason why we don't do this is because it's literally the key to spiritual victory. The devil doesn't want you to realize just how important your time with God is. The devil doesn't want you to realize just how important your focus on Jesus is above all the focuses that you have in this world. What the enemy wants is for you to get so wrapped up in the cares of this world that abiding in God is like, oh, I just can't. I don't have time, man. I mean, I got kids. Kids have soccer. This has going on here. I got this job. I got the second job. I got this marriage situation. That's distraction when Jesus is like, hey, abide in me. You know, apart from me, you can't do anything. Apart from me, you can't do anything. Apart from my indwelling presence, like, I am with you. Jesus promised that He would never leave us nor forsake us, that the presence of the Holy dwells within us. But we do not acknowledge God as we abide. We don't do it. So, you want to overcome the battle. You want to win the spiritual war. Continue to lean on God. Continue to acknowledge and abide in God. This is how the victory is truly won.